I always say that the reason I became a youth worker was to be who I needed when I was younger, and I definitely was a kid who needed alternative suspension. I was suspended all the time. So the program Alternative Suspension actually it gives an alternative way to suspensions to what we typically know. Normally suspensions are sending a kid home and they are up to their own devices to learn about their behavior. Whereas what we do is we actually offer a safe space that's outside of kind of the kingdom that they live in, that the problem existed in. It also provides an extra new face that can kind of advocate with them as well as teach them to advocate for themselves, because a lot of times the behavior is not the problem, the reason behind it is. So we get to figure that out and help them develop the tools that they need to deal with that and go back and deal with it in a positive manner with their school and start fresh. We have lower social economic status. We have kids who are immigrants and refugees and aren't used to our customs. We have kids who, you know, are making decisions to make quick money to just buy new outfits, and some who need to keep the lights on. It's not one answer. It's pretty much any barrier that exists out there for anybody or existed for us as youth exists for them as well. So it's really about them just struggling and how to figure out the big bad world on their own. Recently, I just had a young girl who was suspended for a choice that she made at school. When she got to her program, it actually turned out we barely even dealt with what happened. I provided her a safe space to disclose her story that was driving a lot of the behavior she was acting, and I was then able to employ a village of wraparound support to really help her deal with it and execute what she needed to execute. And it was great. It was great to see her finally be able to share her story, have the confidence and the strength to do it without being scared, and be able to work with the community in solving it and getting the right forms of supports and helps that she needed to make sure she was successful in avoiding problem behavior in the future. We give the youth the voice. They get to drive their own bus for the first time in however many years they've been alive. They come from parents and schools who like to tell them what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to go, and we really give them that ability to kind of get in the driver's seat and take us where they want to go and show us, but at the same time we get to kind of maneuver the bus if we're going a little too far, and we get to help them figure out how to do that. And I think that's honestly my favorite part is just the power we give to advocating. And it's great to hear a lot of the kids come back and say, you listened to me, you heard me. I was able to talk about this because I wasn't getting judged or I wasn't getting yelled at or it wasn't just a consequence. You really wanted to hear me. And I think when you really feel like somebody wants to hear your story, you are more willing to work through the problems. And it's amazing to see that happen at the end of the program, because that's really our goal.